Def and Tribe, what up, what up? We back at it. We back activated. Make sure you drop a like on this video. Go subscribe to the tribe and turn your notification bell up to all so you don't miss none of this game that I'm dropping on your brain. Do you dig what I'm saying? Also, if you are new to this tribe, if you are new to this family, let me know where you from in the comments. It don't matter the continent, the country, the city, the state, the town. I like to be tuned in with y'all. You are not a subscriber. You are now my extended family, okay? Now tap in. It's okay for you to start over. Sometimes the best decisions are made when we press the restart button and we start from scratch. You may be overly consumed or confined to this environment that you've been in for the longest. Everything around you seems familiar. You may be tied into this lease that you've been wanting to break. You may be tied in with this job that you've been wanting to leave. What's stopping you? You only get one shot at this life. You only get one shot at this game called life, and you do not want to waste it. That's why I tell people, don't ever settle in life. When somebody asks you a question like, when you going to settle down, tell them never. You'll never settle down. Listen to the wording. You're settling and you're going downward. We always want to choose up. Anything that we are doing, we want to choose up. The lifestyle that we live in, the next vehicle that you get, the next relationship that you are in, the next corporate job or the field if you're an entrepreneur that you try to take on. You always want to be moving up in elevation. You never want to be going backwards, sitting back, settling, staying in one place. Because when you sit in one place, that means that you are not grinding, you are not coming up, you are not becoming 1% better. You only stand in this place because it's familiar. Sometimes you got to jump over fear. The only thing that's holding you back is you are very fearful of your future. You don't know what lies ahead of you. But if you don't know what lies ahead of you and you take this step, what if it works out? A lot of the times people tell themselves it won't work out because it didn't work out for the people around them, because it's never worked out for them. But you ain't never really put in the effort. You ain't never really tried to do something different. You just like sitting in your comfort zone. Well, sometimes you got to start over. Sometimes the way that you led your life before, it was hazardous to your future. So if you're in a relationship right now, it's toxic, it's unhealthy, you're not happy, y'all are broke, you are stressed, leave this human being. You only get one shot at this game of life. Why would you waste it? If you are at a job right now and you feel like it's a dead end job, you feel like you want to be an entrepreneur, you feel like you want to do all these other things, you want to travel, you want to start a family, you want businesses, you want to invest, then guess what? You got to start making moves to do these type of things, to accomplish these type of goals. But it's going to take you leaving that job that you are at right now. You may be fearful, saying you might not find another gig. You might not find another job in this field that pays as much. It's okay. Take the lower paycheck because what you have in your mind and the dreams that you have is bigger than anything that anybody at that job that you are at could imagine. So they can't tell you how to get to the next level. They can only tell you what time you need to come in. And you know, like I know, if you somebody that's working a regular 9-to-5 job, you are so easy to replace. Sometimes it's best to just get up, get out that lease, start in another city, smell some fresh air, see a new route, commute to a new job. Look at some of the environments that are new because you're not used to them. Try a new restaurant. Start over because it may help you out. Your blessings may be waiting for you in another city. They may be waiting for you at another company. Your blessings may be waiting for you in another human being. You might have your wife, you might have your husband, you may have your tribe, you may have your partner, you may have your big family that you see yourself having somewhere else that's not where you at right now. But the only way that you can get there is from starting over. You have to tell yourself, okay, I know how I wanted to live life at first. I know what I was doing. I know the habits that I had. I know the ways that I used to think. A lot of people used to live in a negative mindset, in a negative state all the time, and they expected a positive outcome. You can't do that if you're living with a negative mindset. So you got to start over. What were you taught when you were young? What did people used to say to you when you were young? Is this something that's holding you back? Has somebody told you you cannot do it? You cannot accomplish that. You will not make it. And is this something that you keep hearing in your head every time that you rise up as you live in your life, as you growing older and wiser every year? You're supposed to be becoming better. You can't be getting worse. Sometimes the best decisions is when we made an uncomfortable change in our lives. Especially me. I could tell you right now, when I first got on this platform, I did not know how to speak. I didn't know if people were going to accept my conversation because I'm not speaking on what these normal influencers speak on. I'm not doing 20 verse ones. I'm not doing pranks. I'm sitting down, no distractions, no noise, giving you straight game, straight knowledge, straight wisdom, straight testimonies, trials and error, going through trials and tribulations, what I've overcame. I've told you my story. If you somebody that don't know my story, you can go look at my videos and you can see I'm somebody that used to sip drink. I was smoking cigarettes. I'm somebody that was always mad, always negative because I was living in confusion. So I had to start over. I had to figure out what I was doing and where I was at was not making me happy. So what was going to be the best decisions for me, for my children, for my future family, for my future businesses? And as soon as I got over that fear of sitting down in front of the camera and just having normal conversations with you guys, guess what? It started to go up slowly but surely. People started to tune in. You'll figure out when you start something new, it's a lot of people that may have been through what you are about to go through or going through something that you have already went through already. And you can help these people out or you can be helped out. But you'll never know if you sit confined to the place that you've been for the last few months, for the last few years, for your whole life. If you somebody that's never made moves. I know some people that have never left their neighborhoods. They've never left their blocks and they expect to rise up. They expect to accomplish these goals. They expect to have these dreams that they've been putting out, these aspirations. They expect them to happen. But how are you going to do it when you sitting on this same block that your mama, your brothers, your aunties, your uncles, your pops, your granny, everybody has been on this same block. They've never traveled. They've never been nowhere. They eat the same foods. They drive down the same streets. They look at the same lights. They look at the same street signs. They look at the same restaurants, the same hospitals, the same jobs, so on and so on. So it creates this lifestyle. It creates this vision that everything must remain the same. Nothing can change. This is why so many family members that are against you changing. Have you noticed that when you try to talk about being a vegan or you try to talk about eating healthier, they tell you, oh, not me. Look at you. Nah, you're going to get skinny. You're going to get sick. Nah, you need to eat protein now. But if you start to make this shift and then they see your body change, you don't know until you take the steps yourself if you may help somebody else out. So one of them cousins that's watching you, they may be a little younger. They may not be in tune with all the uncles and aunties, but they see you the only one that's fit. You the only ones that have your blessings and the goals that you've been asking the Most High for being answered. You've been asking these questions and you've been figuring out. So these little ones been watching you. You may be changing the trajectory of your family. You may be changing the narrative of how the outcome may be for the little ones. Now you got the little teenagers trying to work out. Now you got the teenagers asking about how they can eat healthy. Where can they go to? And guess what they do? They lead the next generation. So you made a change, but you wouldn't have made that change if you didn't start over. Because it's a lot of people that are scared to start over. They scared of the criticism. They fearful of how it may turn out or how it won't turn out. They scared of going broke. If you go broke chasing your dreams or investing into something new, I can promise you that the Most High is going to double up on your blessings when it's time for you to receive them. But if you somebody that lives in fear and you don't want to make no moves, you got this big planet that we got, but you are confined to your neighborhood, then what does that mean? That shows that you ain't got no faith. That shows that you don't believe in what you can do or the power of you as a human being. I always say it. Why can't a lion, a monkey, a giraffe, a dog, why can they not walk up to an airplane terminal and say, here's my ticket. I'm traveling to England. I'm traveling to Houston. I'm traveling to LA. I'm traveling to Australia. You know why they can't? Because you are the highest form. You can create your reality. You can also be the person that puts yourself in a depressive state. You can also be somebody that lives in luxury. You can also be somebody that's stressed, but you can really be somebody that's happy. It's all on your choices. What are you going to choose? Every time you rise up, you got to realize that you get a choice and a chance. You get a chance to make better decisions than you made yesterday. And you got choices that you have to make every time you open your eyes. Are you going to be somebody that's stagnant or are you going to grind? You going to have a positive mindset or a negative outlook? You going to be somebody that's happy or unhappy? You going to be a leader or a follower? It's all on you. What are you going to decide? Are you going to sit back and let life hit you? Or you going to take control of the wheel? You're going to create your own reality. You creating your reality, whether you know it or not. I always say it. Right now, you are creating your future reality. Right now, you are creating the tone, the vibe, the frequencies that you live in for tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that, and so on. So you got to make sure that your thoughts are pure, that you are energized, that you believe in yourself, that you focus, that you're not depleted, you're not drained. You're aligned with the stuff that you want. because a lot of people want to make the change. A lot of people have written it down and said, I promise next year I'm moving to a different city. I'm not driving down these old roads. I'm not looking at the same environments. I'm not looking at these same street signs. Everything around has to change. So sometimes the best decision you can have is starting over. Start from scratch. Hop over the fear and find out what's on the other side, because your blessings literally may be waiting for you right now, but it's waiting for you to get up, waiting for you to get activated, waiting for you to start over from the life that you've been living so you can step into the new frequencies, step into the new alignment, step into what you deserve. You can't connect with what you want if you are somebody that doesn't know how to attract it to you. You can't connect with what you want if you still in the same neighborhoods, still eating the same foods, still going to the same places, hanging out with the same people. How do you expect to attract new? Ladies, you're going to keep attracting the same type of men. Fellas, you're going to keep attracting the same type of women, the same familiar faces. You go to the same spots, you frequent the same spots. So the person that you want, that's vibrating high, that got their stuff together, that got the same dreams, aspirations, goals as you, or that you may have, guess what? You can't get to them until you clear out all the old, go for something new, and start over, all right? Now, if you are new to this tribe, if you are new to this family, make sure you press a like on this video, because that lets YouTube know that this video is very informative. And you know, like I know, when I get on this camera, I'm coming to drop some game on your brain so you ain't out here looking lame. Do you dig what I'm saying? Now, stay hungry, stay healthy, stay ready to keep from getting ready. And until next time, Deaf and Tribe, I'm out. Peace.